Hello, Night Federation Universe. It is me, your host, Mr. Storyteller. I am here on behalf of all of you to announce that this is the pre-show for Nightfall's pay-per-view. Now, as we get started, I would like to go into on how this is going to work for a pre-show, because it is just yours truly here today. I tried to find another partner host, but you know, it's the holidays, everybody's busy. You get what you get, and what we got is me. So we're just going to work with it. Hopefully it works, but my mic might cut out a bit too, because I know that the mic is kind of getting old. So please bear with me, especially during the show. Bear with me, because the show, it does cut out a lot. Just fair warning. I wanted to give that warning before we even started the show. And if you can bear the mic quality and some of the audio issues too, because I know audio kind of spikes a couple of times, and I just wanted to put that fair warning out there, because audio, I don't know what the hell happened with it, but it messed up a couple of times. And I think it also just means that it was a hype moment, because most of the time it's just me screaming into my mic. But we are getting sidetracked. Let's get straight into this. This won't be a long pre-show. It will be a very, very short pre-show. But we will have two matches. That would be CJ Mack versus CG Mack. And then we will also have Alexander Von Bates going up against MVB. Those two matches will be happening in this pre-show, as well as us doing a quick breakdown, maybe like 2 to 3 minutes of each match that's in tonight's show. And we're going to actually get started off with that right now, as I am going to pull up the card and I am going to talk about some of the stuff that's going to go down and what has led to this. So without further ado, let's get into that. Kicking things off right here in Yokosuka, Japan, it is Selena Satoru versus Mystique. Probably the most hyped up match here tonight, as these fans right here in Japan are going to go crazy for those two. It is their home country right here in Yokosuka, Japan, in the biggest stadium that you can get. It is going to go wild. Selena Satoru was our inaugural champion. Mystique, feeling like she was in the shadows of Satoru, wanted to get the spotlight but came up short, and when Selena lost the title, that reconcile and that friendship started to rebond itself. But now Mystique trying to make that challenge once more. No title on the line this time, just all bragging rights. Can she get the job done here tonight, or will Selena Satoru prove once more to be just a little bit better here tonight? Following up, it's match 2, an 8-person ladder match. It will be Razorblade competing up against 7 other competitors. As always, in the ladder match, the Jackpot rules claims that every single title defense has to be defended in a ladder match. So we will see if Razorblade can defend and retain against 7 other competitors here tonight. Who those competitors are have not yet still been announced. We are still trying to figure out some names, but we do know that most of the names are actually signed to already to Night Federation Wrestling, if not all. So no surprises probably in that match. Just wanted to put fair warning onto that. I have said fair warning way too much in this pre-show. But looking forward to see who can get the opportunity of a lifetime and who can win the Jackpot Championship. And before we get into our first pre-show match, I want to go quickly over match 3, and that is between Velvet Rose and Espresso. These two are actually in a relationship together, actually partners, actually dating even for a short period of time. But after the debut of Jinx taking out multiple superstars backstage, multiple wrestlers, Espresso was in that line of fire. She got taken out, and now ever since, she has not been the same. She has been more hungry, more devoted to the industry. She's not that glamorous superstar that she once was anymore. She's become more closed off. She is not her usual self anymore, and because of that, that bond between Velvet Rose and Espresso have changed. It's shifted. Now Espresso setting her sights on Velvet Rose, targeting her and making sure that she can prove here tonight that she will walk out as the better competitor, and saying that she doesn't need anyone anymore. Velvet Rose trying to come off of actually winning the belt off of Selena Satoru, the inaugural champion, but immediately getting cast in on by our current champion, Vincent Kazarian. It is going to be interesting to see if she can bounce back from what happened at Dusk Till Dawn, and if she can get a win here tonight. We got much more to talk about, but right now we're going to cut right into the first pre-show match, and we're going to get that started right now, getting it set up.
The following is a no-holds-barred match. Making his way to the ring from Omaha, Nebraska, weighing in at 261 pounds, C.G. Mack.
Sometimes you just feel tired.
And his opponent from Omaha, Nebraska, weighing in at 266 pounds, C.J. Mack.
You know it's kinda hard just to get along today. Our subject isn't cool, but he thinks it anyway. He may not have a clue and he may not have style, but everything he lacks, well, he makes up in denial. So don't debate, play us straight. You know he really doesn't get it anyway. Gotta play that feel and keep it real. For you know way, for you know way. So if you don't break, just overcompensate. At least you know you can always go on Ricky Hay. The world needs one of these on. Hey, hey, do that brand new thing.
Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby.
And all the girls say I'm pretty fly.
Oh my God.
We have CG going up against CJ Mack. These two requesting that they have a match here at Nightfall, and they will get that match in the pre-show of the show. Let's get this thing started. CJ picking up CG and slamming him down to the mat, going for an immediate quick pin. Is it gonna be enough? No, only a 1 count so far. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the pre-show of tonight's Nightfall pay-per-view. It is going to be a fun show here tonight, but first we are going to see who can get the win here in this match between CJ and CG. CG targeting that leg there of CJ. Maybe knowing something we don't. Targeting the leg, I mean, it's a good strategy. If you target the leg, it's going to be harder to kick out. CJ just struggling right now as CG puts more work, more pressure onto that leg there. CJ hasn't been able to get back up for a while. Smartly rolling out of the ring as CG is not going to stop any momentum, going to the top turnbuckle, pointing to the crowd as he gets up and ready for the splash and lands it right onto the outside, taking down CJ. Knee to the face. CJ trying to get on the offensive now, gonna pick him up and slam him right onto the ring apron. As now CJ going back on the work, trying to do some damage of his own. Both of these men want to win here tonight to prove that they are the better of the two. But only one can walk out victorious here tonight. Who will it be? CG thrown back into the ring. Later tonight, we will be opening the show of Nightfall with Selena, Satoru, and Mystique. But going for the pin, CJ. No, only a 1 count as CG is able to kick out. As I was saying though, we got an opener of Mystique and Selena Satoru right here in Japan. It is going to be a fire opener of a match. Knees to the abdomen. As now CJ picking him up, getting ready to maybe potentially end this, slam him to the ground. But oh, wait a minute. El Lobo Fantasma here in the building tonight. For some reason wanted to get himself involved here. Perhaps pissed off that he's not on the show. Taking down CJ. And CG looking on. Conflicted, it looks like. Almost wondering why El Lobo Fantasma got himself involved here. CG not even still looking at the rampway, trying to figure out if he wants to capitalize on this moment, saying no. He's not going to go for the pin. He's going to win this his way. He's going up top. Slam. Springboard frog splash lands. As now, CJ goes to the corner. CG. Christopher has him right where he wants him. Knee to the face. But CJ wisely rolling out of the ring. Now both competitors getting back into the ring. And CJ picks him up, has him up, and slams him down to the ground with the suplex. Well, not a suplex, but you know what I mean. Only a 1 count as CG is able to kick out, staying alive in the match. Again, getting some help from El Lobo Fantasma. Gotta wonder if that's gonna play into his favor or if it's gotten into his head as to why El Lobo wanted to assist. But CJ not focused on that. Focused on getting the job done, hitting him with the spear. Just trying to drag CG back into the middle of the ring, but no, CG getting back up. CJ took too much time in a headbutt, knocking him down to the ring. Great athleticism being shown by CG here tonight, who has been taking the dominant reins of this match, but CJ looking to turn it around. As now CJ Charles is looking to set him up, picking him up for a power bomb into the pin. Could be over. Is it enough? Only a 1 count once more. Also later tonight, we have the main event between Hitman and Vincent Kazarian. That is going to be an exciting one here tonight. You got to wonder how Hitman's going to handle facing a giant like Vincent Kazarian. Charles once again, CJ with the power bomb. No! Only a 2 count from CG. But able to get the shoulder up. But CJ not done, dragging him back into the middle of the ring. Looking like he has something in mind here. Picking him up. Is it? The FU isn't enough. It is. CJ gets the win.
You know it's kinda hard just to get along today. Our subject isn't cool, but he thinks it anyway. He may not have a clue and he may not have style, but everything he lacks, well, he makes up in denial. So don't debate, play us straight. You know he really doesn't get it anyway. Gotta play that field, keep it real. For you know way, for you know way. So if you don't break, just overcompensate. At least you know you can always grow and manipulate. The world needs wild beasts alive. Hey, hey, do that brand new thing.
Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby.
And all the girls say I'm pretty fly.
For a white
He
guy.
needs some cool tunes, not just any rules to fight. But they didn't have Ice Cube, so
Here is
he
your
brought
winner,
Vanilla Ice. That cruising in his bitch out, he sees homies as he
We might have just done so here tonight. Congratulations to CJ Mack. But once more, you gotta wonder, what was the involvement of El Lobo? What a match. But the show continues to go on. We gotta still cover a couple more matches here tonight. And we're gonna start that off by going over match 4 now, which is the Iron Ground match between Trey Savage and Steel Gray. Now, cutting back for a second, pulling the curtains back a little bit, I do want to say that this was supposed to be a last man standing match. 2K wanted to have different intentions. We were going to actually record this, making it a full-on HLR hybrid almost. It was going to be a hybrid between AI versus AI and then a actual HLR segments mixed between the two into a hybrid. But apparently the last man standing match didn't want to work as we wanted, and it didn't go out as we were hoping. So we decided to change it up, do just a regular AI versus AI, but now it is in the Iron Ground match. 30 minutes on the clock, anything goes, falls count anywhere. But the thing with this Iron Ground rules is that pins and submissions. No knockout, it's only pin and submissions. It's just like an Iron Man match, but now it is with the underground theme to it. And you can use weapons at your disposal. So this one will be a violent one. This has been the rubber match between Trey Savage and Steel Gray because they are both 1-1, I believe, at pay-per-views. So this is the deciding factor to see who is the definitive winner and who is the definitive better wrestler between the two here tonight. We might just find that out here tonight. Leading us into match 5, which is John Knight versus Shawn. The most layered, story-driven on the card, I would say, as John Knight has been trying to get rid of the Powers of Pain since they have plagued the roster. John Knight has made it his mission, his sole priority mission, to get rid of them at any cost. Shawn, on the other hand, we don't really know what his motives are. We've known that he's planned out secret attacks. We've known that he can get in the mind of his competitors, but he's not really a wrestler. So the fact that we have a match between John Knight versus Shawn is that we know what Knight can bring to the table, but we don't know what Shawn can bring. And that's what's the most scary thing about this match, I would say, is that Shawn has the wild card in his hand. We just don't know what he brings to the table yet. But John Knight does seem like he is confident in himself. It's going to be interesting to see if he can climb that mountain of the Powers of Pain, and if he can get through tonight on a victory. Because at the moment, I don't know if he can. Because it looks like he's having to deal with a bunch of shit right now with the powers of pain. And it doesn't look like it's going away anytime soon. But, who knows? Maybe he can, maybe he can't. We'll just have to find out later tonight. But going on into our next match, before Jackson Hunter had even returned, he was actually kind of going middle of the ways with his wins and losses. He hadn't won that many matches. He hadn't gotten that many victories in his time at Night Federation until recently. Because now we have just seen a dominant run by this guy. And it doesn't look like he's letting up anytime soon. But, on the other hand, you have Twisted Dragon, who has been on this hot feud between Roxy Star and Ryan Saban. Twisted Dragon was in that mix. He was with those two, having triple threats, having those rivalries between them. But now, with Roxy Star doing her own thing, and Ryan Saban being taken out, it left the door open of an opportunity, and Dragon took that opportunity and got himself a #1 contendership to face Jackson Hunter for that Male Crown Championship. And it looks like he could have an opportunity to win here tonight, but he is going to have an uphill battle because Jackson Hunter does not seem to be letting go of that title anytime soon. But Twisted Dragon, we know that he's not a stranger to the chaos. We know that he has a plan. And if that plan comes into fruition here tonight, we could very well have a new champion. What a match that will be. But before we get into this next pre-show match, the final pre-show match of the night, I did want to say that we are getting reports right now, and we're going to cut to that now. We have reports that Lucifer Alton is in the building. He has just arrived. He is in the parking lot. We're going to cut to that now. Apparently, Mr. Knight is confronting him now.
We both know why I'm here tonight, so I'll only ask you this one time. Where is Jinx?
Look, Lucifer, I know that you are upset. And I know that you want to have your hands on Jinx. You want to fight her. That's all fine and dandy. But now is not the time. Tonight is a big night. It is Nightfall, the biggest pay-per-view of our entire year. And I don't need you messing this up. So I'm going to politely ask you to please escort the premises and leave.
You think you'd just get away with this? I've had enough. You know, I heard your wife is back. How would you feel if she gets set ablaze? Maybe I should.
Maybe you should have some more respect for whom you speak about. Do you really want to finish that sentence? No? I didn't think so. Now, as for the match with Jinx, we are in need of a tag team match, so tell you what, if you both can find a partner before your match, then you got your match. But if you so dare lay a hand on Knight, you're not only not getting that match, but you will walk back right to this car and drive home. 'Cause that is where you will be staying if you continue. Now leave before I change my mind.
Finally, someone around here who can take charge. I hope you know that I plan on making sure that this ends tonight.
I get the whole defensive, oh, I have to do this for my wife thing, but does he have to be such an asshole about it? And besides, Jinx came from a traumatic place. She barely tells us anything since she saved you from that warehouse the powers of pain had you in. I think if Lucifer knew that Jinx does what she does because of her fear of being lost and alone, maybe things would not be so intense as it has gotten.
Yeah, he's been a pain in the ass, but he does have a point. This whole shit started with the powers of pain. And I'm going to be the one to end it. It ends tonight.
I hope so. Now, if you will excuse me, I have a lot of paperwork to get to during the show. I will be in my office for the night. I will meet up here with you after the show is over and we can talk about restaurants. Yeah, restaurants. Perhaps maybe go to Boba's bar. They have such good wine.
I'm so high, I can hear heaven.
Match between MVP and Alexander Von Bates underway. Alexander, the father of MVP, feeling like he had to get himself inserted into Night Federation Wrestling just so that way he could keep a close eye on MVP. But tonight, MVP is standing up for himself, saying that he's going to do things his way. But we're going to see if it works out for him here tonight, as Alexander looking to teach the newcomer a few lessons of the old tricks in the book. But MVP not taking any of it right now. MVP looking to just cause as much pain onto Alexander as much as possible. And I'm going to be honest, this just looks like right now years of frustration going between Alexander and MVP. As MVP is throwing right hands to Alexander, as Alexander is forced to roll out of the ring, looking like he's just going to call it here, wanting to leave the ring. Referee saying to get back in the ring. Alexander saying that he's had enough of it. He's not going to do it. MVP though, not going to let him leave. Taking him back to the apron, rolling him back inside. Alexander's not going to escape from MVP's wrath tonight. As MVP now has him set up. Has that submission hold. Is Alexander going to tap here at Nightfall? MVP takes him down with the right hand. These two going back and forth now, exchanging blows, exchanging fists. MVP missing that punch, but not gonna let it go to waste. Still gonna capitalize. Has Alexander locked up. Is Alexander gonna tap right here? No, Alexander gets just tossed to the wayside. MVP feeling like he knows that Alexander might not tap just yet. Feeling like he has to do more in the arsenal. Busting open the face of Alexander now with that big boot. You can just see the blood gushing over the face of Alexander right now. And I feel like this isn't going to be the only blood that we see here tonight. This night is filled with blood and gore, all written all over it. It's MVP now though. Strike to the back of the neck. Goes to the corner to get something set up. Could we be looking at the end? Taking him down. Is it enough? And no, Alexander Von Bates getting that shoulder up at the last second and pissing the hell off. MVP is pissed off. Just gonna try to capitalize on the moment. As Alexander now just running into a brick wall. And I think Alexander kind of now realizing that he's not doing shit to MVP right now. MVP hasn't even taken a bruising, it looks like. Not even breaking a sweat right now. As he is going on the Arsenal attack to Alexander Von Bates. Striking that open wound of Alexander right now. But Alexander Von Bates able to reverse it, rolling around. Maybe looking to capitalize on the moment here. Hits him with the knee. Going for a pin. No. MVP able to get the shoulder up this time. As now another knee to the face. As MVP tries to roll back up, but Alexander gonna get him up first. Joey can take him right back down with the clothesline. And now it's Alexander who is feeling like he has this in the bag with another pinfall. No. MVP kicking out once more. Trying to get a comeback going here, but Alexander saying hell no. Throwing him over the shoulder. I think Alexander now taking a moment. Looking like hesitation almost. From the veteran, Alexander. Dropping MVP though into the turnbuckle face first. Stomping away. A punch to the face of MVP right over. As Alexander takes in the adoration, I guess you would say, from the crowd, even though the adoration from the crowd is a heavy boo. MVP now going to work on the leg of Alexander. Picking him up. Oh my gosh, not on the outside, onto the wooden floor. Dropping him. Count of 5. It could be over here. MVP might win by count out. Alexander now getting back up. Count of 7. Not gonna let this end by count out. But MVP not done yet. Power bomb. A sitting power bomb. Could be enough to put it away. And it is. Congratulations to MVP on finally getting his comeuppance against Alexander Von Bates. And there you have it. Match 7 of the night. Jinx and a partner of her choosing will be going up against Lucifer Alton and a partner of his choosing in a tag team match. Now, just to go over this real quick, Jinx has been on the attack left, right, and center. You heard it earlier. She was one of the Espresso. She was one of the people that got in that line of target. Let's just run down these names real quick of some of the people that have been attacked by Jinx, because it is a good amount of a list here. I probably don't even have all the names, but you have people like Espresso, people like Casey Kennedy, people like Jade Green, and people like Cindy Alton, who got exploded by Jinx in the middle of a ring by a Jinx bomb, still recovering as we speak. And for who we know is not in the building here tonight, she will not be here, sadly. She's still in the hospital recovering. But it will be interesting to see who these two competitors get to be their partners, because Lucifer Alton does have a bit of leeway with most of the competitors backstage. You would think that it wouldn't be that hard for Lucifer to find somebody to get on his side to go up against Jinx after all the chaos that she has caused. And it's completely understandable by what Crystal was saying. She does have a point in that if Lucifer Alton had known about Jinx's intentions, maybe things would have been different, but we can't think on the what ifs. We can't think of what would have happened, because as we see it, Jinx did what she did, and now there's a repercussion. There's a revenge in the eyes of Lucifer Alton, who is looking to get payback for what Jinx did to his wife. And who he gets in that partner could be literally anyone, but I think I'm more curious to see who Jinx gets, because who wants to team with Jinx? John Knight is already taken for the night, and as we are speculated to believe, Crystal is not going to compete here tonight. Crystal has said that she's still not in a medical condition. She's not cleared to compete. So, question is, who is Jinx going to find to get in this match with her? Those questions, I guess, will be answered here tonight later on the main show. I'm going to get these two out of the way, and then we're going to jump right into the closing segment. But going over match 8 real quick, we have Matt Hendry going up against Austin Havoc. This all started back when Austin Havoc felt jealous of Matt Hendry hanging around Miss Azura Phoenix, who is still out with the pregnancy. She is not here tonight, but these two are looking to end the feud here tonight. Austin Havoc saying that he wants to prove that he was always going to be the better competitor and trying to still win the heart of Azura Phoenix, even though we know that Azura has already left him. And we know that Matt Hendry, we don't know what Matt Hendry's involvement is, but we still know that they are seemingly starting to get together. But we're not going to speculate on that. We're not here to speculate on that. We're here to speculate on the match. And what the match is telling us is that these two are still, just like Trey Savage and Still Gray, these two are tied. This is the rubber match, and this is the end of the feud for now. But the question is, who is going to remain on top, and who is going to get that victory, and who is going to get the bragging rights of saying that they were the better competitor here at Nightfall? Leading us into the main event, we have the Hitman, who was disguised as the Coca-Cola Man for throughout, I want to say, months now, pretending to be some just joke of a wrestler named the Coca-Cola Man, pretending to be in a mask and just hiding away his identity, having this whole team behind him called Team Cola, and now turning on Team Cola, revealing himself to be the Hitman as he had won the Rumble at Dusk Till Dawn, and now has earned himself a shot in the main event against probably his biggest competitor, I can say, in Vincent Kazarian. By no means is this a diss at Mr. Hitman, but boy does he have a lot in store for tonight. If we have seen anything from what we have seen here in the Night Federation Wrestling in Season 1, it is that Vincent Kazarian is a force to be reckoned with. Vincent Kazarian does not lay down for anybody. He has been one of the most difficult wrestlers in this business to beat. He has been beaten before, but it's taken a lot to take him down. Now, thankfully for Hitman, this is Extreme Rules, so he does have weapons to his disposal. He will be able to get maybe a possible win, but it's not going to be any easy feat. We know that Vince Kazarian probably could come out on top and maybe even just send Hitman on the way out. Hitman might not even have that long of a stay here in the Night Federation, but it will be interesting to see. Could he have the underdog run? Could he try to somehow overcome the Giant? We will have to see here tonight, but what a stacked card it is. But as for the pre-show, that is it for tonight's showing of the showcase of what is going to be happening here tonight. I thank you all for joining. If you decided to join, this is really not even that big of a show. I know most of you guys are just probably here for the pre-show matches, and I thank you for even tuning into those. if you are just here for those. I thank you either way for just tuning in, listening in, even taking a moment out of your time just to enjoy some Nightfall Wrestling. Thank you, and we hope to see you at the main show. Can't wait to see you there.